A man is furious when he sees a female soldier in first class. Then she hands him a note that leaves him stunned. Sergeant Emma Parker strode through the bustling corridors of Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, her worn duffel bag slung over one shoulder. The weight of her service overseas clung to her like an invisible shroud, heavy, relentless, and deeply ingrained. Her uniform, though neatly pressed, bore the creases of long nights and endless days. Today, she wasn't a soldier on duty. She was just someone trying to get home. As she reached her gate, Emma glanced at her boarding pass. Seat 2B. First class. Her brows knitted together in confusion. That had to be a mistake. She had never flown anything but coach. But when she handed her pass to the flight attendant, the woman flashed a warm smile. "Welcome aboard, Sergeant Parker. And thank you for your service." Emma nodded, offering a polite smile before stepping into the cabin. Plush leather seats. Spacious legroom. It felt unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable. Settling into her seat, she exhaled deeply, allowing herself a rare moment of relaxation. But that peace was short-lived. A sharp voice cut through the hum of boarding passengers. "Excuse me." Emma looked up. A sharply dressed man loomed over her, his expression twisted in irritation. His salt-and-pepper hair was slicked back, his expensive suit pressed to perfection. Everything about him screamed privilege. "I believe you're in the wrong seat." Emma blinked, unfazed. "No, sir," she replied, holding up her pass. "This is my seat. 2B." The man's eyes narrowed as he scanned the ticket, then flicked back to her uniform. His lips curled in a sneer. "You're military. You belong in coach." The words hit like a punch. Emma had encountered ignorance before, but each time, it left the same sting. She could feel the stares from nearby passengers. Some were curious, others judgmental. She took a slow, calming breath. "I was assigned this seat, sir." The man scoffed, shaking his head. "Unbelievable," he muttered, as if the very idea of her presence among first-class passengers was an insult. For a moment, Emma considered offering to switch seats, just to avoid the confrontation. But why should she? She had spent months overseas, serving her country, sacrificing comforts most people took for granted. If anyone had earned this seat, it was her. Before she could respond, a flight attendant appeared beside them, her voice poised yet firm. "Is there a problem, sir?" The man puffed out his chest. "Yes, there's clearly been a mix-up. SHE shouldn't be in first class." The flight attendant turned to Emma and smiled. "Sergeant Parker, your seat is correct. Thank you for your service." Then she turned to the man, her pleasant expression unwavering. "Sir, your seat is in 4C, just a few rows back." The color drained from the man's face. Realizing he had lost this battle, he huffed, snatched his carry-on, and stomped toward his seat. Emma watched him go, a mixture of relief and lingering frustration swirling inside her. As the plane took off, she stared out the window, her thoughts drifting. She had spent months navigating harsh terrains, enduring sleepless nights, leading her unit through challenges few could imagine. And yet, the moment she returned home, she was met with this. Then a flight attendant approached, slipping a folded note into her hand. Emma hesitated before unfolding it. In neat, careful handwriting it read, "My grandfather served. I know the sacrifices you make. Thank you." Emma's throat tightened. She glanced up and caught the attendant's gaze. A small nod was exchanged, an unspoken understanding. At that moment, she realized something important. For every person who dismissed her, there were others who recognized her worth. And that was what truly mattered. She sat back, allowing a small smile to form. Because no matter how much ignorance she encountered, she knew the truth. She belonged.